is this? I mean, what's good, YouTube, man? It's your boy, Jay Willie Silly, man, aka Mr. Take It Easy, for you end up like busy. Make sure you follow my Twitch, man. Subscribe to my second channel. Everything you need to know about your boy Jay, it's in the description down below, you know what I'm saying? But hey, new subscribers and new viewers, y'all want to go watch all my true crime reactions, it is in the playlist section, you know what I'm saying, over yonder. But I did a part 1 of this video, you know what I mean? So go look for the part 1 first. Then after you're done with the part 1, scroll off the lot to part 2. You know what I'm saying? But man, this is one of the craziest stories that I've done in a very long time. You know what I'm saying? And I do a lot of crazy stories. You know what I'm saying? But this right here, the top of the list right here, man. The top of the dang list. You know, I can't believe you did this to your wife, man. And then, not only that, oh, y'all, good God almighty, dog. Then, oh God. But yeah, like I was saying, then, oh my God. Hold on, y'all. Oh man. But then, not only did you murder your wife, trying to set a brother up. So the whole time, we stopped on this video, but I remember where I stopped it at, right? So the whole time, he got a warrant out for his arrest. The dude that he's framing got a warrant out for his arrest. Imagine y'all being like Anthony. Chilling, you know what I'm saying? Imagine your ex, y'all. Imagine you in this position. You ain't talked to your ex in the last 5 years. Now she with a crazy man, right? That crazy man framing you. You moved on and everything. Got your little chick on the side and everything. Moved on with your life. You forgot about the girl. You know what I'm saying? Whole time you don't even know you getting framed. You feel me? So one day you just chilling with your girl, thinking it's a normal day. Hey, boom, 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 boom. Hey, police, we have a warrant for your arrest. What you gonna be thinking? Hey, man, what the heck did Shawty do? You know what I'm saying? It's finna go to my, you know, my girl did something. I know I ain't do nothing. Whole time you open that door up, the warrant for you. You know what I'm saying? You've been arrested for murder. You know? For getting framed. It's crazy. You know, life works like that. That's a lot of this life. It's crazy.
Doorbell.
Now my man got a warrant. Hey man, I appreciate the subscriptions from my boy. You know what I'm saying? Hey man, look at my boy. Stop lurky, lurky, lurky. Out to my boy Lurky, man.
How long have you had it? Doorbell, a couple years. The others, all since September. Wait, we had an intruder. I called the police. He came when we had a garage intruder.
A month after Daniel reported the garage intruder back in September is when the stalking first began, and by then, the couple had already installed multiple cameras around the house, plus their Ring doorbell. But even with all that security, and after police confirmed they had no GPS trackers on their cars, the stalker still found a way to follow them, sending Crystal a photo of Daniel walking into work and texting her about seeing her at the dentist. So as the detective
What is it, Tony?
Surveillance footage to understand
what
the
is
timeline, he notices something strange that catches Daniel off guard.
So when do your cameras...
Try to stop the ground, huh, Lurky?
Set to turn off? 24/7.
With a bell up.
They don't turn off. You lose internet.
A little water or something. Little water or something.
The app. You can turn them off. And who has the ability to turn off the cameras? Who has the ability to go on the app and turn these off? Christine, me, and It's all right.
Hey man, hey bro.
Home shows all four.
Don't piss me off, G. Real.
I can settings. Okay. Oh, just us. Just yes, okay.
The detective's question here isn't by chance. It's prompted by something peculiar he noticed on the surveillance app. All of the home's cameras shut off at 8:15 a.m. and they stay off until 10:15 a.m. Only the camera pointed outside the garage remains active.
Nah, Lurkin, bro. He's still putting on the act. That we gotta understand. See, Lurkin, he's still putting on the act. You know what I mean? They don't know that he did it. So he's still crying like he did it. This not an investigation. This not him being interrogated. They just interviewing him. You know what I mean? So they still thinking that it's another dude. You know what I mean? They still thinking it's another dude. They don't think it's him. So he's just continuing that act. You know what I mean? He ain't being interrogated.
2-hour window.
You better go back home, yo.
This instantly narrows the murder time frame to those 2 hours. Just then, Martinez finally arrives at the interview room. He's the lead detective who's been handling Crystal's stalking case.
Come on, Martinez.
And now that case has become something far worse.
Lock him up.
She sits down with her devastated husband, feeling the weight of the loss they both couldn't prevent. They didn't save Crystal. They couldn't protect her. And now they're here, mourning her loss, trying to piece together what happened.
I did that, girl. It's not your fault. I was to protect.
Hey, bro. I ain't gonna lie, bro. I'm telling you, bro. Like, this junk pissed me off. You all that crying and you the one that killed her, bro. I ain't gonna lie, bro. You pissing me off, boy. Hey, boy, you pissing me off, boy.
It's not your fault. I'm sorry I didn't answer. I actually wasn't in today.
As Daniel breaks down, something catches Martinez's attention. Daniel is crying, but there are no tears. The detective finds it strange and more than a little concerning. Wanting to probe deeper, Martinez asks for a moment alone with Daniel to see what's really going on beneath the surface. And the moment he starts asking questions, things get heated, fast.
I know you said that you don't think that there was somebody else. She said. Okay. Why do you keep asking? I'm just trying to put everything together to kind of get a bigger picture, because you said that she's been acting kind of weird lately and, you know, being very secretive and withholding of information for you. So I'm just trying to understand, I guess, so we can backtrack what she's been doing this past month.
Martinez's question here is telling of what he's thinking. He's not ruling out Daniel as a possible suspect. After all, the couple were going through a separation period, and this is meant to probe whether jealousy or something else could have played a role in Crystal's death. Sensing the tension in Daniel's response, the detective decides not to press any further. But as they step out for a quick break, Daniel says something that makes it obvious he struck a nerve.
I've seen enough of this. It's always the husband. I get it.
After detectives collect the initial information from Daniel, his children finally arrive at the police department. They still don't know what happened to their mother, only that something is very, very wrong. Daniel is notified of their arrival and given a choice. Should he be the one to tell them, or leave it to officers and Crystal's family? Instead of letting someone else deliver the news, Daniel insists on telling them himself. A decision that appears compassionate on the surface, but underneath, it's a way for him to control the narrative and shape how his children see him, even in a moment of tragedy. Following this, investigators sit down with Crystal's family to begin their interviews, and this is where things start to take a concerning turn. Up until now, the case seems straightforward. Crystal has a stalker, her ex-boyfriend Anthony. That stalker killed her. Find Anthony, and you find Crystal's killer. But once detectives start speaking to Crystal's parents, brother, and sister-in-law, things become far more complicated. And what they learn next will force them to reconsider everything they think they know about Crystal, her marriage, and even her stalker.
So your understanding, I guess, of there is the ex-husband who's been kind of...
It's not about her husband, it's an ex-boyfriend.
Ex-boyfriend.
From when she was 18 years old.
Okay, gotcha.
18?
Can you think of any, I guess, recent, has he reached out to you? Have you seen any...
No, he's never contacted me. I know yesterday she told me that he had messaged her again 2 days ago or so. Let her know that he was ready to come back, and so she can go ahead and offer her husband now. make it look a little like she was in on this whole deal with killing her husband, I guess.
Do you think there's anything doesn't feel right, doesn't seem right, something that, I don't know, you just feel like might be important to our investigation?
I don't know, like, I know that Christine was, like, very concerned and worried about this guy, and I just always felt like it was, like, there was something weird about it, like, but I can't put my finger on it. It just, I feel like she had said that it was, like, this Anthony guy, that it seemed very different than past behavior in him, like, that he was never sexual in the past, and that these were, like, very, like, hypersexual things. And so I think even at one point she was like questioning whether it was actually him.
I don't know if you necessarily know anything more about that, but they just also just kind of mentioned you guys are kind of close, and just see if maybe some sort of insight on that at all.
Insight on their marriage?
Or just, was there issues going on? Were they having problems? Was there, kind of anything that was kind of...
She had shared with me that they had separated.
Okay.
But we're still living together a year ago. And I had asked her if she, over text, if she had, if she believed that it was Anthony. But she didn't believe, at the time that I was asking her, that it was anybody but Anthony. She was fully convinced that it was Anthony.
Okay.
My mom has always been, like, suspicious, and I just, like, don't know where that comes from.
Okay.
Can you elaborate on that? Like, suspicious how, or...
My mom?
Yeah.
Suspicious? I don't know, because she... It's like the difficulty finding Anthony. Like, why is it so hard to find Anthony? Why can't either, cell phone records or IP stuff? So my mom had that frustration, and so I think her mind starts to wander towards, like, conspiracy type things, right? Of like, oh, maybe it's the husband, or maybe it's Dan, and I don't know. I don't see it there just because, I don't know. Dan just seems so incapable of doing something like that to me.
Why do you say that?
Hey, somebody, Dan just seen, man, you don't put nothing past nobody, man. You know what I'm saying? You don't put nothing past nobody. I don't care how you seem, bro. I don't care about none of that. Anybody capable of doing anything. I don't put nothing past nobody, man. You know what I'm saying? I don't care how nice you acting. I don't care about none of that, bro. I don't put nothing past nobody. Oh, he's the type to do that. He's definitely the type to do that because he did it. You know what I'm saying? So it seems like you don't really know Dan as you thought you did.
Just, I don't know. I talked to him, and him and I just hung out and talked for like 2 hours. And he was like very concerned about like getting his family together and talking about being vigilant but not paranoid.
Even though Crystal's brother Lars sounds skeptical of his mother's suspicions, she isn't exactly wrong, as, on the surface, it makes no sense that Anthony couldn't be tracked down for months. Lars would also go on to explain that Crystal and Daniel saw their marriage very differently. Crystal wanted out, Daniel didn't, and the family seemed to view their relationship as dysfunctional but not violent. But listening to these statements, one thing becomes very clear. Every family member felt that something about the stalker was off. There was a shared intuition they couldn't quite articulate. And when detectives
That
sit
gut
down with
feeling,
Crystal's
boy.
mother, she
Something about that gut feeling, man. I'm telling you, man. That gut feeling, bro. Something wrong, man. Something wrong, man. You know what I mean? That's just how you gotta approach the situation, man. Why am I feeling, man? Something going on. Something wrong, man. You know what I'm saying? But over a divorce, though, bro, because she want to leave you, gang. Because she want to leave you. You do all this because she wants to leave you. You know what I mean? I just don't understand the mind and the brain of some people, bro. You know what I mean? Because she just wants to divorce you. 1 billion women in this world. So many women in this world, she wants to divorce you. Now you go through all this, having the fake stalkers and everything, bro. Just because she wants to divorce you. All this over a divorce, bro. I don't be understanding, man. I don't be understanding how some people be thinking sometimes.
makes that suspicion very clear.
All this
Said, and I kind of learned
because she
on
wanted to
seeing
divorce you.
that, she was married.
You want to divorce me, man? Go, man. What the freak? You know what I'm saying? And one thing I never do is keep nobody that don't want to be kept. You want to divorce me? Bye. You know what I'm saying? I ain't finna try to talk it out or nothing. That's one thing that I don't do. I don't try to force anything. I don't try to talk it out. made up your mind. You want a divorce? Bye. Want to break up? Bye. I ain't finna ask one why you want a divorce. You want a divorce. The freak out my face. I ain't finna ask why. What did I do? I'm not the type to do that, bro. You know what I'm saying? If you want to be with me, bro, you gonna be with me, bro. If you don't, you don't. I'm not finna beg you to stay with me, bro. I don't be understanding why people doing. I get the freak out my face. I pack your bags for you. You know what I'm saying? That's how, you know what I'm saying? Straight up. You feel me? Pack your bags for you. Shout out my mom. I'll pack your bags for you. I'll drive you to your spot. I'll be your caterer. You know what I mean? Straight up.
Her life was hell when she
Freak wrong with you. I ain't finna beg nobody to stay with me, bro.
Her husband and her were not
Ain't that important?
terms.
Straight up.
He was in complete denial. She told me how he was.
Did she ever give you insight on what kind of led her to feel like her marriage?
Bro, most of y'all in this freaking, see, I'm really like this, but some of y'all in this chat, but y'all be simped out. You know what I mean? All this little facts and all, man. I'm telling you how I truly am. How I've always been. Most of y'all be in this chat, man. Why? Your girl say she breaking up with you. Why? What did I do? You know what I'm saying? You gonna start asking questions. Like, what did I do? We were just good last week. We were just good last week. You know, no, you're not leaving now. A lot of y'all gonna be like, Dan. You know what I'm saying? Oh, we in this for life. You know what I mean? You ain't going nowhere. A lot of y'all like that, just like y'all. A lot of y'all just like this man in the chat, but y'all gonna say facts. Man, get the freak out of here. You ain't like that for real. Get the freak out of here. You gonna ask why. You're gonna ask questions. You're gonna ask why. You probably already did it. Look at him. You know what I mean? Your girl broke up with you. Your girl cheated on you. Why you cheat on me, gang? Like, why did you cheat on me for, bro? You know what I mean? Like, with him? Like, what's going on? Was it me or something, shorty? You know, already asking questions. I really don't ask questions. You cheat on me, you're gone. You want to break up? Gone. Want a divorce? Gone. I'm that easy. I'm a simple guy. I'm a real simple guy. You know what I'm saying? I am so easy to get rid of. Every girl I talk to should know that. I'm so easy to get rid of, bro. You want to get rid of me? Oh, I'm easy. Just tell me to leave you alone. That's why I tell you, this is what one girl did. I told y'all about her, bro. I'm going to bring her up every time, and I hope you watching this. You know what I'm saying? I'm bringing it up every time. Shada told me to leave her alone. When Shada told me to leave her alone, I'm like, bro, did you just tell me to leave you alone? Me? Man, I ain't talked to Shada in the past 3 months. Bro, Shada said, leave her alone. Y'all remember I told y'all this? Because she was playing on my time. Y'all remember I said this? I tell a lot of stories over again. But y'all remember she was playing on my time. She asked me to meet up. And then when I agreed to meet up, I told y'all my freaking schedule is crazy. So when I can do something, I put something aside. So Shada asked me to meet up, and then Shada been doing this multiple times. This ain't the first time. The whole time, you know me, I don't really be, ain't my girl, bro. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Ain't my girl or something like that. You feel me? I'm straight, bro. I don't really be tweaking. But this right here, man, that pissed me off. Like, who you think are you playing games with me or something? Who the freak you think I am, gang? You know what I'm saying? Tried to play with my time, you know what I'm saying? Told her what the freak it was, you know? You feel me? And it is what it is, bro. So, you know, dang well you talked to Shawty to this day. Bro, I'm my dead cousin, boy. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got to prove nothing to you, boy. I don't even know you from a can of paint. My dead cousin, I don't cap about nothing on this stream, boy. I don't cap about nothing on this channel. I don't talk to Shorty. I don't talk to Shorty at all. I ain't talked to Shorty in 3 months. Left her alone. Left her in the dust. Right where she's staying. You know what I'm saying? Straight up deleted her contact on my dead cousin. Right hand to God, boy. Gotta prove nothing to you, though. I don't give a dang what you think. I don't give a dang how you feel. Well, freak how you feel, boy.
Is explosive.
Freak is you.
But I've never seen him, hurt her.
No, she gone, folks. She gone.
Some people think.
Now, if you think I'm capping or not. Freak out my face.
She was worried about how.
Say he would hurt the kids.
But she told me he was in denial. But she told him his marriage was over, but she would stay until graduated. I have this. Just a gut. I can't shake him.
What's that feeling telling you?
I can't shake
Say it.
this question. Is he the one that's been doing this with Anthony?
Needless to say, hinting that Daniel might somehow be
Dang.
involved with the stalker is an alarming accusation, and it makes things even more complicated for the detectives. At this point, the family itself is split. Crystal's brother Lars completely dismisses the idea that Daniel could be involved, calling it nothing more than a conspiracy. But others felt that there was something off about Anthony and the entire stalking agenda. With all statements collected, detectives wrap the family interviews and regroup to make sense of everything they've gathered. By combining everything they've learned, detectives land on a clearer picture of where the investigation now stands. The family interviews raised enough concern, and there was enough tension in the marriage that detectives decide they can't rule out Daniel yet, and he officially becomes a potential suspect.
That's
But even with
crazy.
Daniel now on the radar, Anthony remains as the obvious prime suspect in Crystal's homicide. His threats and weeks-long
Y'all gonna
stalking
catch him?
campaign still place him at the center of the investigation.
What the freak is Anthony?
With that in mind, detectives know their next move. It's time to find Anthony. Around 3 p.m. that afternoon,
shoot.
police finally get their first real break in months. After digging through everything they have on Anthony Holland, investigators land on a possible address in Utah. Because they can't reach him themselves, Broomfield detectives coordinate with Utah County Sheriff's Office, sharing his name, photo, and the address where he's believed to be staying. Up until now, Anthony has only existed as a name in emails and threats, a distant figure who no one has actually seen.
Right,
So
Utah.
when officers finally get a hit on his location, it becomes the first
Aw, man.
real chance to confront the man
Bro, I want to see Anthony's reaction, bro. I want to see this man's reaction.
they've been hunting for months.
Gotta see his
I'm
reaction.
gonna ask you a couple of names to see if you recognize any names.
Okay.
Have you ever heard of the name Crystal Krug? She may have been Grimsrod when you knew her.
Yeah.
And do you know a Daniel Krug?
No.
No? How do you know Crystal?
She was an ex-girlfriend.
She's an ex-girlfriend. How long's the ex? Like how long ago?
1999.
Oh, so like a long while
She
ago.
was my very first girlfriend ever.
Oh, okay. When's the last time you talked to Crystal? Has it been a minute?
It's been a minute,
Like since you moved from Durango?
yeah.
Yeah. So that would have been what, back in 2014?
Yeah.
Have you had any contact with anybody in that area since? Anybody, or have they contacted you?
Y'all, he don't even know what the freak going on. That man's so confused, y'all. This man right here enjoying Christmas. That man don't know what, man. I would have been looking at this, man. Bro, I would have looked at, bro, you talking about, man, I wish you would come to my crib talking about my ex-girlfriend in high school. Man, bro, what? Bro, I ain't talked to her, bro, and bro, what? Bro, hey, man, what's going on, man? You know what I mean? I'm looking at him just like this. Hey, man, what going on, man? He said, who? I ain't talked to that girl since 2015. I ain't talked to that girl since 2015. Bro, what the freak going on? What cops in my house for? You know what I'm saying? You know, cops in your house, something going wrong. She got murdered or something. I know I ain't the suspect. You know what I'm saying? That's how I'm looking at it. What the freak going on around here, man?
At any time?
No.
I'm going to give you a phone number. And it's to a sergeant with the Broomfield Police Department.
Okay.
He would like you to reach out and talk to him.
All right.
They have an incident. I don't know the full details of their incident out there, and so I'll let him talk to you about that aspect. He had asked us to come out here to your house and talk with you. They were debating on, you do have an active warrant out of Broomfield Police Department.
Oh,
And they were debating on if they were going to have us arrest you or not. They are not going to have us arrest you on it. I'm going to advise you of the fact that you do have a warrant out of Colorado, and you can talk to this sergeant about the details of it, if that makes sense.
As officers speak with Anthony, he appears intoxicated and confused. After being briefed on the situation, he gives his timeline, insisting he never left Utah and spent the morning with family nowhere near Colorado. Once they collect
Hey, bro.
Anthony's statement, Utah officers leave to begin verifying every
Bro,
part
I
of
would've
his
been like,
story.
what the
In the
freak, bro?
meantime, detectives back in Colorado
I would've been so
regroup to reassess
confused.
the investigation. With Anthony still denying involvement, Detective Martinez turns back to the one angle he hasn't fully explored yet: Crystal's husband, Daniel.
this kind of make me a little paranoid. Hey, if any exes watching this video, I only got 2 exes. Hey, look, if you watching this video, delete my number right now. You know what I'm saying? Straight up. This got me paranoid. Hey, you watching? Both of y'all know my YouTube channel too. I only had 2 ex-girlfriends. If you watching this, man, delete my number right now. Right the freak now, because I don't have none of y'all numbers saved. I ain't got none of y'all numbers saved. Yeah, I ain't gonna say your name. Yeah, and yeah. You know what I mean? And I need you to delete my numbers right the freak now. You know what I'm saying? Straight up, you should not have my numbers. My first girlfriend, hey man, we broke up in high school. You know what I mean? That's 2019, man. That was a long time back. You should not have my number, shout. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, you need to delete my number. Them exes, I'm not gonna say your name, but hey, you know, you know what I'm saying? You need to delete that number.
Since he never ruled out jealousy,
every girl need to delete my number.
He decides to dig deeper into Daniel's past, and that's when he stumbles onto something interesting and very unsettling. Searching old reports, Martinez finds a closed but unresolved stalking complaint from years earlier. The victim who filed it is a woman named Carrie, and as it turns out, she was Daniel's ex-girlfriend. The more Martinez reviews, the more disturbing the pattern becomes. The report claims she was stalked for weeks by an obsessed man who impersonated multiple people, manipulating her through fake identities. Detectives quickly locate Carrie and bring her in for an interview. When they sit down with her, they uncover a story so disturbingly similar to Crystal's, it opens up an entirely new theory.
I think it was, you know, like I said, a couple months I broke up with him a couple months into my freshman year. He, you know, he was pretty emotional, I would say. Sort of desperation would maybe be a word I would use to describe after the breakup of, please don't do this, kind of, you know, crying, that sort of thing, that I can recall. And then I started to get messages from his roommate, and that person's name is Tom, on AOL Instant Messenger. And I know Tom is real because they were roommates. If I called him, Tom would sometimes pick up the phone. They had a joint room and a joint phone. Tom, his role, I would say, was sort of to gain sympathy from me for Dan and continue to encourage me to communicate with Dan. There was perhaps some indication that he was, or was, because of the breakup, just really not doing well. So this, you know, made me keep communication up with Dan. And Tom ended up being Dan, right? So all these people I'm going to tell you about end up being Dan Krug, not Tom. Yeah, even though Tom is a real person.
So bro been doing this, bro been like this ever since like college. Bro been doing this ever since college. Y'all understand this? So what bro is doing right now, he's been doing this since college. Since he was a freshman. This is one of his ex-girlfriends from way, way back, and she still remember the day. She remember every single detail from Creepy Dan. You know what I'm saying? So Dan been doing this since back in the day.
He was not sending me these messages.
Suffice it to say, what Carrie tells detectives sounds all too familiar. Everything she describes echoes the same pattern detectives have been seeing with Crystal, but the parallels don't stop there.
Things I remember is a group of my friends from our dorm had met, I don't even know how, some cadets from the Air Force Academy. Sure. And so we all went to, I think we went to a movie, something super innocuous, and there was like a group of us. I must have told Dan about that, and I think it was 2 or 3 days later, I got a message from someone named Nick Clark. And Nick basically said, I'm a cadet at the Air Force Academy. I know you went out with these people, and I want you to know that he came back, or these people came back and said that you slept with him. And so now there's this rumor going around the whole academy that you're an easy target kind of thing. And Nick, I think, served the purpose of sabotaging anyone I was meeting if they were associated with the Air Force Academy. Mm-hmm. Of course, the person that I met and went to the movies with was like, I want nothing to do with you, you weirdo. And so shortly, I don't know, a while after that, I started actually more seriously dating Air Force cadet named Mark Hansen. Then, of course, Nick Clark made a reappearance, and I was getting pretty consistent messages from him. And so he said, you know, we need to find out who's doing this.
and he got me a meeting with the Office of Special Investigations at the Air Force Academy. I sat with them and they kind of laid the emails out on the table, and they said, we've had like a forensic psychologist, a sort of professional, look at all these emails, and it's Dan, is what they said.
Carrie would go on to explain that despite their suspicions, there was never enough evidence tying Daniel back to the messages she received then. Everything had been sent from a public library, and because of that, her accusations remained just that, suspicions. But even without proof, the similarities between the two women's experiences are impossible to ignore, and for the first time, detectives begin considering a fourth possibility they never imagined. What if Daniel has been playing everyone? What if he's been impersonating Anthony? What if he's always been the architect behind the entire stalking campaign? Detective Martinez receives the intel from Carrie's interview, and with that, Daniel officially becomes an equal prime suspect alongside Anthony. At this point, the only thing that can give them a definitive answer is the digital evidence. So while they wait for that, Martinez receives something he can work with immediately: the full set of surveillance footage collected from the neighborhood and Daniel's workplace. Investigators sit down and begin reconstructing the full picture of what happened before Crystal was killed.
I ain't so slime, whatever your name is. You know, I know you thought that was hard, whatever your name is, you stupid slime, but I ain't so slime. You know what I mean? Yeah, I ain't so slime at all. Shut your stupid self up, boy. You look embarrassing. Talking about I'm your dang slime. You thought that was hard, man? Shut your dang mouth. You know what I mean? Ain't so slime, boy. Shut your...
Shortly before 8 a.m., Crystal arrives home after dropping off the kids. She pulls into the garage, closes the door, and everything looks normal. Minutes later, at 8:15 a.m., the entire security system goes offline. Every camera except the outside garage camera is taken down for the next 2 hours. At 8:25 a.m., that lone camera records something deeply concerning. Daniel leaves the house to go to work later than he normally does, and shortly after the time medical examiners believe Crystal was killed. From there, workplace footage shows Daniel moving through the building around 9 a.m., greeting co-workers and appearing completely normal, as if nothing had happened at home.
So this after he just killed her.
Check footage from surrounding houses, they find no one approaching the property all morning. Everything about the timeline makes Daniel look more suspicious by the minute. With all these new developments, detectives bring Daniel back in for another interview. He walks in expecting routine procedural follow-ups, completely unaware of how much has changed since the last time he sat in this room. This is when Daniel's months-long, carefully crafted plan begins to crumble.
Let's get him.
This time, Detective Martinez walks in with a completely...
Yeah, bro, nobody don't care about all that little, what's the name, bro? I don't care about all that, gang. You know what I'm saying? Sit your butt up. Sit your butt up. Well, hey, man. You know what I'm saying? You know how I look at it like, what if this was my mama, bro? You know what I'm saying? What if this was my mama you did this to? But you know what I'd do to my dad, bro? Bro, do you know what I would do to him? Hey, Pop, if you watching this video, Pop, do you know what I'd do to you, Pop? Hey, Pop, I'm sorry, but could you blame me? Pop, I would do some harm to you, man. Now, I mean, let me find out you did something to my mama, man. Bro, Pop, you would get gut up, boy, I'd do it to you. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, like, bro, just imagine your Pop doing this to your mama, bro. What would you do to your Pop? That's a good question. I want everybody to know, what if your Pop did this to your mama? What would you do? Pop man down on 51st.
Different energy than before. He's no longer feeling Daniel out. He's here with one clear objective.
He's trying to look all, you know, man, sit your butt up, boy. You pissing me off. You know what I mean? I don't have no sympathy for criminals. You know what I'm saying? Straight up. You ain't looking like this. You weren't looking like this when you stabbed her. You weren't looking like this when you hit her in the head. You weren't looking like this when you planned this out for a month. Don't look bored now. You better sit your butt up. I don't care about you being bored, all that little fake old bored and all that little fake old sad. Sit your butt up.
Confront him with what's been uncovered and see if his version of events finally breaks.
All right. How you feeling right now? kind of about everything. No. Dumb.
I can't stand this dumb, bro. That's how you pissing me off. I can't stand it. I don't feel anything.
I have two different voices going through my head right now. I have my brother Matthew. Yeah, I've mentioned him. He's the sheriff's lieutenant. And I have his voice saying, talk to the police. And in typical cop fashion, you married a prosecutor.
Am I tripping, or you're a little, you know? I don't know, man. I think I'm, like I said, I got the spirit of discretion, and I don't know the way you're posturing yourself, you know? You know, I'm not, you know, I'm gonna just let it play, right? Just let it play. You know what I mean? But something is, I don't know, man. Something don't seem right.
And in typical cop fashion, you married a prosecutor. So I have Lynn's voice in my head going, get a fucking lawyer. I just want this to be done. I just don't want it.
Right away, Daniel doesn't open the interview casually. He opens it with a calculated trick. By hinting at getting a lawyer, he's warning detectives, push too hard, and this interview is over. It's clever, but Martinez has a counterplan.
Push him hard.
Instead of confronting him, he'll pivot the conversation to his relationship
Can't
with
just
Crystal,
lock him up,
making
bro.
it feel like safer ground to
Gotta
get
break
Daniel
him.
comfortable and talking.
Gotta break him piece
But
by
if
piece.
Daniel had any motive to take Crystal out of the picture, this is where it would surface.
Well, I'm sure, especially you guys are trying to work together to be safe, keep your family safe, keep your, as dysfunctional as it is, you still both had the common goal of keeping it safe, right?
I had her as a partner to protect the family, but it didn't feel like a partner who valued me. And I told her at that point, I told her I didn't want to die for someone who didn't care about me anymore.
That's really hard.
I was hurting when I said that. And what I wanted was her to say she cared about me. She didn't.
She probably just didn't. You can't force somebody to care about you, bro.
About what was going on in their marriage, to detectives, moments like this only add to their suspicions. Resentment, rejection, a failing marriage. These are all things that, in the wrong circumstances, can turn into a motive. And this is exactly where the interview takes a sharp turn. What Daniel doesn't know yet is that since his last interview, detectives received something they kept secret for this exact moment. One of the tech companies finally responded to their urgent warrants and provided some of the digital data they needed. And as it turns out, the emails the stalker had been sending, the messages that terrorized Crystal for weeks, were coming from somewhere much closer to home.
One of the things that we really started looking into today in an effort to find Anthony is the Gmail. So some of that information that we've been able to receive today is a little bit concerning, I guess.
The Gmail account, the Kickman account that you guys initially received with the photo of you in it, and the phone number, those originated through their IP addresses at your office. Doesn't make any sense. Well, he took the photo of me at my office. But both of those accounts originated from IP addresses that list back to your office. There are Wi-Fi access throughout the facility for employees, and there's public Wi-Fi access throughout the entire facility. Right now, we're working with the director to get all of the IP information to see what devices were using that specific address during that time. Because I guess the biggest concern is just the timing of everything, that it just doesn't quite make sense to have somebody create an account, take a photo, and then immediately send it off, and then the account is no longer being used. None of this makes any sense.
Daniel looks thrown off, unsure where Martinez is going with this. The emails tied to the stalker connect back to Daniel's workplace, a detail he clearly didn't expect detectives to know. He seems nervous, but still cooperative. So detectives decide it's time to push further, because they have something else they withheld from Daniel until now. During the investigation into Anthony's alibi, officers in Utah forwarded something.
That's what I be trying to tell y'all, man. Y'all be out here trying to do crimes. And it's a lot. You wanna be out here be a criminal? All right. That's why them jails be packed up, because they be thinking they so smart. I'm smart, man. I've done this so many times. I told you could do something 1,000 times. And I say this so much, bro. I said this over 100 times because it's stuck with me, bro. You know what I mean? It stuck with me. I was watching Beyond Scared Straight where a man said this. I don't know why this stuck with me. But, you know, Beyond Scared Straight. If y'all watch Beyond Scared Straight, y'all know what Beyond Scared Straight is. This freaking dude that was locked up for many years said, man, I thought I was, smart, getting away with it. Kept doing the same thing over and over again. Kept getting away with it. Kept getting away with it. Dang, I got caught one time. Dang. It's over with. You know what I mean? Do something 1,000 times. All it takes is you getting caught one time. You know that's all it takes is for you to get caught one time. One. You can be perfect 1,000 times. You mess up one time. See, they ain't got to be perfect. 5-0, they ain't got to be perfect all the time. They just need you to mess up one time. One time. They ain't got to be perfect all the time. They can miss you. They can mess up. They can mess up as many times as they want to, but you can't mess up. So if you're out here doing crime, you got to be perfect in everything you do. You mess up one time, you're screwed. That's the life you want to live, bro. That's the life you want to live. I don't want to live that life. Like I said, you can have that criminal life. I'm cool. I'm good. This man did all this, went through all this, 1 month of planning, did all this. You know what I mean? He got away with it with old girl. Got away with it. But you ain't finna get away with it now. Did all this because a girl want to get divorced over you? You was probably creepy as freak, Dan. You know what I'm saying? Probably why she wanted to divorce you. You were the problem. Even if she was the problem, you think that give you the right to kill her, bro? I don't care if she's not trying to kill you, you don't kill her. I don't care if she cheated on you. I don't care if she talked to you the most horrendous way. I don't care if you walked in the crib and she getting butt cheeks. You do not kill her, bro. If she ain't trying to kill you, you don't kill her. So I don't care what the heck she did. You know what I'm saying? I don't care what she did. I don't care how she made you feel as a man. I don't care what she said. I don't care if she didn't care about you anymore, Dan. I don't care about that junk. That doesn't give you the right to kill her, bro. You see what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying.
Small but important. A time-stamped shopping receipt placing Anthony in Utah that morning, miles away from Colorado at the time Crystal was killed. Martinez and his partner decide it's the perfect time to see how Daniel reacts when they push him directly.
Got him, now look out.
Him to
built like a second
the
line.
Possibility that he might be the stalker.
Also, let's add on top of that.
Cromie Northside mother.
As far as we know right now, there's no physical way that Kickman could have been involved in this based on where he's at right now. So, the mystery continues, and
I asked you, husband. Things are certainly pointing in one direction right now.
Well, and you've given us reason. Here's the other thing, Daniel, is I sympathize with the fact that you're in an extremely frustrating situation. I know you want to be a part of your kids' lives, but you can also sense that's why we're asking all these questions about infidelity and everything else. Is there some other mystery man that we don't know about?
I have been faithful. Period. You know Anthony has reached out to her in the past, number of times. She's been very open about this. Right. The last time was 2016-ish. He had asked her at one point if she wanted to have sex. If there's any bit of question about infidelity, whether it's with Anthony or anybody else, we might create an account to see if Christine's actually interested in Anthony. So we ask her to push the bounds a little bit and see if that will confirm our suspicions of infidelity. You don't get the response and the openness you once did for about 28 days, from October 2nd to October 31st. So you amp it up a little bit. Send a photo of yourself to her and an account you created.
I get the narrative you're putting together, but it alleges that I would do this to my children.
But I think ultimately what happened today would bring you the closest to your children that you've probably ever been in your mind.
I'm very close to my children.
You're afraid to lose time with them if you get the divorce.
Clearly, detectives managed to perfectly articulate Daniel's reality, one he may not have even fully admitted to himself. He is a man so terrified of losing his children, so desperate to stay in control of his family, that he would do anything if he felt it slipping away, even if it meant murder. The detective's brutal honesty leaves Daniel.
Hey, look, bro, I promise you, if your children loves you enough, you know what I'm saying, they're gonna, you know what I'm saying, come back to you, bro. If your children loves you enough, you know what I mean? Now, if your children don't like you, I'm gonna keep it real, you're screwed. You know what I mean? It is what it is. Better deal with it. You're screwed. If you was a bad father, if you was one of them fathers, you know what I'm saying? But we already know that custody goes to the mom 98% of the time. So if you one of them bad fathers, one of the mean fathers, oh, your kids ain't never gonna speak to you again, man. But I'm gonna be a good father. Matter of fact, I'm gonna take so long. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I say I'm gonna take so long with really choosing who I marry. I'm gonna keep it real, y'all. I probably won't get married until I'm like 33, 34, 35. Don't know when I'm gonna have children. I gotta make sure I'm right, man. I gotta make sure this woman is right, man. Gotta make sure. Getting married, man, that's a huge commitment, man. You know what I'm saying? I don't think I'm ever, I'll probably be like Paul. Y'all know what Paul is? Paul never got married or nothing. You know what I'm saying? Paul was just being Paul. You know what I'm saying? But getting married, man, I don't know, man.
Speechless, he doesn't argue or deny it. He just sits there in quiet resignation, wearing the look of someone who's realizing everyone can see straight through his lies.
If you were watching these facts unfold in front of you in a movie, what would you say happened?
There has to be someone else
that was able to turn off the cameras, that was able to use your IP address from your work to create accounts, to send messages and photos, to act as a stalking suspect.
I don't know, I'm not the one who does this. I'm analytical at work, and I read and write fiction at home. I don't do crime drama. I don't know what any of this is.
Kickman is 6.5 hour drive. And then in fact, he was contacted in his house severely intoxicated. There's no way he could have made that drive.
All this time that we've been looking for him with a protection order, and you just found him today, like that.
They've been chasing the wrong dog.
It sounds like you're accused of me.
We have a lot of information that points your direction, and we were hoping that you could provide explanation other than it wasn't me.
Yeah, and then you keep on trying to blame Anthony. You know what I mean? Stop trying to blame him, bro. That man 6 hours away, bro. Minding his dang business. This little freaking creep Danny trying to blame me for something. You know what I'm saying? If I seen Dan, I'll slap the taste out of Dan. You know what I'm saying? Straight up. Trying to blame me for something. I ain't even do it. The freak wrong with Dan, bro. I ain't gonna lie. Dan, if I ever seen you, gang, I ain't gonna lie, Dan. You know what I'm saying? Talking like I'm Anthony, bro. You know what I'm saying?
I don't have a narrative or a story.
Roll Tide.
Because I thought we were on the same time.
What would you think, or what would you say if we told you that other people you talk to that are close to your wife expressed that she had maybe told them that she suspected you of having...
She said that right to my face, that she wanted to know if it was me. I told her no.
but I think there's more to the story. Like, I don't know, it just doesn't, it's not adding up. I'd like to know what happened this morning. I'd like to know what caused you to get so upset to hurt your wife, because I believe that's what happened.
Well, I want to know what happened.
We haven't been there to know. And there's
But you
only
were.
one person in this room that can tell us.
I think you got confirmation or found out that she had a boyfriend this morning, or something happened that pissed you off, and you did something that you regret now because you can't go back.
I've answered all of your questions that I can. You have your theory. Please find the right one. You're done.
As calm as he's been this entire interview, Daniel finally decides he's had enough and drops the act. His story has crumbled. Detectives see straight through his lies, and he knows it. With nothing left to cling to, Daniel quietly asks for an attorney, and the interview comes to an end. Even though he continues insisting he's innocent, there's one detail Daniel admits on his own. One no one even knew about until now. Crystal herself confronted him about being the stalker. Hearing that from Daniel's own mouth hits Martinez hard, because to him, that sounds like the kind of confrontation that could have pushed everything over the edge. But without hard proof, detectives can't yet say Daniel is truly responsible. So with the interview over, Daniel is processed for physical evidence and escorted out of the police station. But before he leaves, he turns back and tells detectives one final thing.
I want you to do this. Because I thought you don't believe that. Fine. Just don't stop looking elsewhere. Something. Okay? Find the fucker who did it. Are you married? With kids? Divorced?
A lot of divorce mother effers, man. You know what I mean? It's a lot of divorce mother effers. You know what I mean? Golly, man. You know what I mean? Like, good God. You know what I mean? But all that little soft talking you're doing, that don't mean nobody believes you. We just want you to be locked up already. No, so the soft talking and all that, let's cut the act. You know what I'm saying? You're going to jail. So get ready to whisper in that cell.
With kids, divorced. Red line. I don't care if you capture him. I just motherfucker today.
Talking about yourself.
He took my children's mother.
You know how, like, evil you gotta be to be talking about yourself? You one evil bastard. You know what I mean? You know, I gotta whisper because he whispering. You one evil bastard. How evil can you be? Acting like you ain't did it and knowing your bastard self did that job. You know what I'm saying? Knowing you did it. But you acting like you ain't did it. That's the most evil thing I've ever seen in my day life. Look at him built like a sack of laundry.
He took my children's mother for Christmas.
Over the next 2 days,
Get him.
the case becomes the department's top priority. Every available officer is working on it, and this is when the investigation finally begins.
Every officer, you got everybody's attention.
Every available officer is working on it, and this is when the investigation finally begins to break wide open. Officers in Utah finally
If I was
finish
you, I
verifying
would.
Anthony's alibi.
Hey, man, if I was you, man, I'll flee the country, man. You know what I'm saying? If I was you, I'll flee the country.
Find surveillance footage showing him in Utah at the time of Crystal's murder, and there are no travel records or license plate pings placing him anywhere near Colorado. Then, the last of the digital evidence arrives, and this time, it's overwhelming. The burner phones used to send the threatening messages to Crystal were purchased with a Visa gift card registered under Daniel Krug's name. And cell tower records show those burner phones were always in the same location as Daniel Daniel's personal phone, meaning he was carrying both devices at the same time. And then comes the final blow. Detectives uncovered Daniel's Google searches from the night before the murder. How hard would you have to hit someone in the head to make them unconscious? When is a head injury a cause for concern? Piece by piece, the picture comes together. There's
You talking about this dude dumb? Nah, he ain't dumb. He ain't dumb. You feel me? That's just how smart detectives is. He ain't dumb. You know what I'm saying? Because he got away with it before. It's how a lot of y'all be. Think you're smart. Think you're smarter than this. He ain't dumb. You know what I'm saying? He went months on months without going to jail. You feel me? He one of the smartest killers I've ever seen. Matter of fact, but you just gonna slip up. You just are. You know what I mean? Can't outswift God, man. Y'all understand you can't outswift him? I tell you, how you think God, what do you think God uses people? I try to tell y'all that. Can't outswift God, man. One person you can't outswift. He probably think you smart. He catches the swift right in their craftiness. He caught you right in your craftiness. He thought you was so smart. Look at you. You know what I mean? Google searches, paid with purchases. You're going to slip up one time, man.
injury a cause for concern. Piece by piece, the picture comes together. There's no Anthony. There's no mysterious stalker. It's always been just Daniel. Detectives now understand exactly what happened. Daniel created the entire stalking persona in a twisted attempt to regain control of his failing marriage. And when Crystal began to suspect the truth, Daniel killed her to cover it up. On December 16th, an arrest warrant is issued for Daniel Krug. Officers are dispatched immediately, finding him on his way to his daughter's dance performance. As patrol units close in, Daniel's movements strike them as suspicious. He appears to be heading back towards his car, and officers believe he may be trying to get away.
This is a detective. Go on the island. Just get right. All right, we're coming up in front. Just get up and pump back. No, fuck. Go, 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 go. Just go. Go, 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 go. Go, go, go. Show us your hands. Show us your hands.
Oh my God.
Go, 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 go. Go, go, go. Show us your hands. Show us your hands. Hands on your face. Hands on your face!
Get the freak down.
Daniel Krug is taken into custody without incident. In the weeks that follow, police finish their work. The digital forensic evidence, the surveillance timeline, the phone data, all of it leads back to the same person. Investigators become certain that Daniel Krug acted alone. He created a fake stalker, framed an ex-boyfriend, manipulated his wife, his children, and law enforcement. Before the case reaches trial, Daniel formally pleads not guilty. In April of 2025, his case moves into the courtroom. The story prosecutors present is devastatingly clear.
This was about Dan losing control. He was not in love with Christelle, and that resentment had turned to rage by the time we get to December 14th. Think about what he did to her. You don't do that to somebody you love. Think about the absolute nightmare and hell that he made the last few months of her life.
On the other hand, Daniel's defense argues that there was no physical evidence placing him at the crime scene and that he could not have been the killer.
We know the physical evidence, and there is an enormous disconnect between that and the circumstantial picture the prosecution wants you to believe. Mr. Krug did not kill his wife. He did not commit these crimes.
Just imagine being a defense attorney. Just imagine. That's what being a defense attorney is. Imagine trying to get a murderer off murder just because you want money. You know what I mean? Just because you want to get paid. How do you feel? I want defense attorneys to tell me, how the freak do you feel comfortable defending this motherfucker? I won't feel comfortable defending somebody that I know murdered this person. I'm helping him get off murder. I'm helping him escape justice. Defense attorneys is the most dumbest attorneys I've ever, like, why they even exist? You know what I'm saying? Just tell me why they even exist. You know what I mean? I can't tell you how many times defense attorneys then gotten people off, you know what I mean, horrendous crimes. You feel me? Just because a person is found not guilty, that doesn't mean that that mother effer isn't guilty. You know what I'm saying? I want people to understand that everybody be thinking, oh, he found it not guilty. I know black people don't want to hear it, but hey, man, OJ probably did it, man. OJ probably did it. Black people don't want to hear it. Man, OJ probably did it. He probably did kill that white woman. You know what I'm saying? OJ got off because OJ was OJ. You know what I'm saying? Black people don't want to admit that. You know what I mean? And I ain't gonna lie, I had a hard time believing in myself. But OJ did that, man. I think OJ probably did that, man. You know what I'm saying? I think OJ probably killed that woman, man.
After both sides make their case, the jury deliberates for nearly 2 days. And
I cannot say that OJ did it. You know what I'm saying? I don't know he did it. But I'm just saying, probably that mother. He was making jokes. He was fake stabbing the interviewer like, I was like, this mother. Word on the street, bro made a book about telling that he did it. You know what I'm saying? So I ain't gonna lie, man. I think bro probably did that, man.
17th, 2025, they return with their verdict.
We, the jury, find the defendant guilty of murder in the first degree.
Daniel is found guilty of first-degree murder, stalking, and criminal impersonation. He is sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole.
I love it. I love it. That was a good video right there. I love it. I love seeing criminals get brought to justice. I love that jump. You know what I'm saying? Don't feel sorry for you one bit, buddy. You know what I mean? Good luck. You know what I mean? Wanting to be a killer? I'd be a killer then, man. You know what I'm saying? With 2 hours and 20, you know what I'm saying? CBS Sports. I think we got some more